Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to talk not about success, not about talent, and not even about intelligence, but about curiosity. Because history has shown us something powerful. The people who changed the world were not always the smartest in the room, but they were often the most curious. We live in a time where answers are everywhere. You can search anything, learn anything, and connect with anyone within seconds. Yet strangely, curiosity, the simple desire to ask why, is becoming rare. We're trained to memorize, to perform, to compete, but not always to wonder. And wonder is where every breakthrough begins. Think about this. Every invention, every discovery, every movement that reshaped society started with someone refusing to accept reality as fixed. Someone looked at the ordinary and asked an extraordinary question. Why does this work? Why must things stay this way? What if there is another possibility? Curiosity is not just a scientific tool, it is a life philosophy. When you stay curious, failure stops being an enemy. Failure becomes data. A wrong answer becomes a step forward. A closed door becomes information guiding you toward the right one. The curious mind does not fear mistakes because it understands that progress is experimental. In America, we often celebrate achievement, the startup that succeeds, the athlete who wins, the leader who reaches the top. But behind every visible success are invisible years filled with uncertainty, doubt, and persistence. The truth is, innovation does not come from certainty, it comes from courage, the courage to explore without guarantees. Many people wait until they feel ready before they begin. They wait for confidence, for approval, for perfect conditions. But confidence is not something you start with. Confidence is something you build by moving forward while unsure. You don't discover your potential by thinking about it. You discover it by testing it. And here is something even more important. Imagination matters as much as knowledge. Knowledge tells us what already exists. Imagination allows us to create what does not yet exist. Every major leap in human progress required someone to imagine a world that others could not yet see. A world with flight, with digital communication, with medical miracles, with equal opportunity. Imagination is not fantasy, it is the blueprint of the future. But imagination requires freedom, freedom to think differently, to challenge norms, and sometimes to stand alone. There will be moments in your life when your ideas seem strange to others, when your path looks uncertain, when people advise you to be more realistic. In those moments, remember this: progress has always looked unrealistic at the beginning. The question is not whether others understand your vision today. The question is whether you believe in exploring it tomorrow. Another lesson we often forget is humility. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we do not know. True wisdom is not arrogance. It is curiosity combined with humility. When we accept that we are lifelong students, we stay open to growth. In a rapidly changing world driven by technology and artificial intelligence, the most valuable skill will not be memorization. It will be adaptability, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Your degree may open a door, but your mindset determines how far you walk. So how do we live this philosophy? First, ask better questions. Instead of asking, "Can I succeed?" ask, "What can I learn?" Second, embrace uncertainty. Growth lives outside comfort. Third, protect your curiosity. Do not let routine silence your sense of wonder. And finally, use your knowledge to serve humanity. Because intelligence without compassion builds machines, but intelligence with compassion builds a better world. Each person in this room carries a unique perspective shaped by experiences no one else has lived. That perspective is your creative power. When you share it, collaborate with others, and remain open to new ideas, innovation becomes inevitable. The future will not belong only to the strongest or the fastest. It will belong to those who continue asking questions when others stop, those who keep learning when others settle, and those who imagine solutions when others see limits. So tonight, I invite you to leave with one simple commitment: stay curious. Be curious about problems instead of avoiding them. Be curious about people instead of judging them. Be curious about your own potential instead of doubting it. Because the moment you stop asking questions is the moment growth stops. But the moment you choose curiosity, you step into endless possibility. The universe is vast, unpredictable, and full of mystery. And so are you. Thank you.